Hi, this is the Griffin-Chan, and I'm here to talk about Avatar. Well, really, Avatar: The Last Airbender, which ended approximately 2-3 years ago. No, it's more than that actually. What is it? It's 5. I failed math. Anyway, and The Legend of Korra. Because as I started watching the series, because I got to keep up on things. Plus, I've been seeing a lot of hullabaloo about it across the net. So I figured I should check it out. It's good. I liked Avatar. I liked it a lot in the years that I watched it. Sort of fell off towards the end. I don't like seeing things end, which is funny because I read a lot of manga, which does have endings, and that's precisely what I'm here to talk about. This sort of cycle of life and death that both the East and the West recognize. Which is something that's mentioned in the very first episode of Korra. And this cycle of life and rebirth, so it starts with sort of telling the fact that Aang did pass on eventually, and then there's a new avatar, and that's Korra. And so, what's very interesting though is that the sort of cycle of life and death that I've noticed in the West is that we sort of tend to do rebirth of things a lot. And in Japanese culture you see very little of it. That is primarily one of the differences between manga and anime. I mean, manga and comics. Forgive me, it's kind of late. What was I saying? Oh yes, so, like a manga would be, like take my favorite manga, one of my favorite mangas, Full Metal Alchemist. That is a singular story. It's a long story. It's like an epic tale. Like Akira is an epic tale. But it's an epic tale with an end. And then that's it. No more Full Metal Alchemist. The end. It's a story. It has a very nice circular ending, which is bringing everything back around, and that is the perfect ending, by the way. Beautiful ending. But that's it. That's the end. No more. It's like a book. Book's closed. Like when Harry Potter ended. No more Harry Potter. Very sad. Very sad. I wish, it could be a never-ending story, but it's not. Whereas in the West, with comics, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like ancient. I mean, but even long after Stan Lee stopped drawing him, just went to go hang out at Comic-Con year-round. More people keep drawing Spider-Man. Tons of people draw Spider-Man. There's like 5 different guys doing Spider-Man shit, like right now. There's a new movie coming out. Might see it just because my sister is into the guy who's playing him. Might not. For the reboot, I can remember. But, I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad movie, I'm just saying when they put Venom in it, I'll go see it. I love me some Venom. But, so it's, and, constantly, the heroes are getting rebooted. So there is always that sort of cycle of life, death, end of a series, like the end of Dark Avengers, and then the reboot of the new Avengers. That came out. I personally like Dark Avengers. I wish there was more Dark Avengers, because, I mean, like, seriously, that could have been, like, the world's darkest, like, the blackest comedy sitcom, there ever was. And, there's only, like, what, 3 issues? Like, 3 volumes of it? And it's crazy. But, so anyways, even though both, first of all, to those of you who might be confused by this, or don't know this for whatever reason, the Avatar series is actually an American series. It was created in America for American audiences, or Western audiences in particular, with Buddhism values in mind, but still it is Western. It is like the Boondocks, and it's a prime example of how anime is influencing culture, because if you look at it, you think that's an anime, but it's not. It's a very, very serious cartoon. Like the Boondocks is a serious cartoon, but it's a late night cartoon, whereas Avatar is more like a kid's cartoon that has some serious values in it. But it's American, which is very, very new. I mean, like, you can count on your hand the amount of cartoons that are marketed to kids that have, that are similar to that, and if there are any, actually. No, because the ones I can think of so far are Avatar. That's how rare this is. This shows such influence, especially in the art. But I've lost my train of thought. Holy shit. Yeah, right, no, so anyway, so what's interesting to me is that this sort of seems to get hung up on in manga. And, you know, instead of having this life, instead of having this cycle, you know, so like, the Avatar Chronicles are still going on now with Korra. It's a different story, but it's the same basic concept. Not like in comics where it's the same character, but you know, it's like the same basic concept with a different story. And I suppose you could argue that there are certain themes in Japanese manga that are, you know, like that. But the only one I can think of so far that is like sort of like a cycle is Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z. Which are mangas, were originally mangas, because you have the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, which are both based on the tales of the Monkey Heroes, which is stories that range all the way from India, across China, and then all the way to the Far East of Japan. It's a similar theme that's banned throughout the Far East. That's the only legitimate series I can think of that, because Pokemon doesn't count. If you're thinking, you know, Pokemon Johto, Pokemon this, Pokemon for me doesn't count. Because it doesn't. You know, okay, yeah, I guess the reason I'm saying Pokemon doesn't count, because because it's too sort of commercial, but you know, Pokemon could count, but Dragon Ball Z, if you want to impress your friends, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, if you want to impress your friends, is a better example than Pokemon. You know, because Pokemon is too widespread. Yeah, the reason I say that it counts is because it simply didn't sound like a good answer if it counted. But okay, I will correct myself. Truthfully, Pokemon does count as the one of two I can think of cycles of life and rebirth in manga, but that's only two, and then there's like a million examples in comics: DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, IDW. Well, I mean not Dark Horse, IDW though. I mean G.I. Joe. There's like 3 different G.I. Joes, and I have them on my bookshelf, which is very nice. Would you like to see? Isn't she lovely? That is my bookshelf. I don't know why I'm not filming in front of it. That was originally my plan when I set up my bookshelf and organized it, but no, you see my wall. You'll see my bookshelf when I do Lunar. I unfortunately can't really do the Lunar thing right now because I'm having trouble uploading videos I make on my computer to YouTube. It says like it's gonna be like over 300 minutes, which is bull crap. And that's also why I'd like to announce that I am trying to start a new blog that's interested in gaming called Neurotic Griffin. You find it under my channels button here. It's the only other channel, but there's only one video up right now, and it's a little bit of me playing Bioshock 2. I have other videos, but like I said, it says it's going to be over 300 minutes to upload a video, and that's not going to fly. That's just not going to fly. So until we get an internet connection around here, I'm only going to be able to do little rambling bits of information like this. Recording via the really shitty camera that's attached to the hardware. You know, that's a part of my computer instead of the nice one that you know, I use for my regular filming. So the Lunar one is going to have to hold off, and that Lunar was originally supposed to herald the opening of Neurotic Griffin, and then Neurotic Griffin is supposed to have more videos, but it doesn't. But yeah, no, okay, so anyway, so go watch Legend of Korra. Yeah, so go watch Legend of Korra. It's good. You shouldn't be ashamed of watching cartoons from Nickelodeon. I mean, hell, I still watch SpongeBob. SpongeBob's fucking badass. This is the Griffin-88, and this has been me rambling about Legend of Korra and Avatar and shit. Peace out.